In the beginning of the story, we see a jail in Siberia where many German soldiers were lined up. In fact, after the end of World War II, Russia had taken many German soldiers as prisoners and started making them work day and night in coal mines. Although the security of this jail was very low, but despite this, no one tried to escape from this jail. There was snow all around this jail. And this jail was 14,000 kilometers away from any human settlement. So even if a prisoner ran away from this jail, his death was guaranteed in the cold of Siberia. This jail was built in the middle of the snow spread thousands of kilometers around. So no prisoner could even think of running away from here. But there was a prisoner among these prisoners who had a very sharp mind, and he wanted to run away from this jail and go to his wife and daughter. The name of this prisoner was Clemens Forell, who had to serve a total of 25 years in this jail. And Clemens did not want to spend half of his life in this jail. In any case, Clemens wanted to run away from this jail. Luckily, one day Clemens got a chance to run away, and he ran away from this jail in a coal truck. Now, when he saw the stars in the open sky outside the jail, he jumped with joy. But this joy was a guest for a while. After walking a little distance, that truck was stopped. And when Clemens looked outside, a Russian soldier with a gun was standing in front of him. Unfortunately, Clemens was caught here, and in the crime of running away from the jail, he was locked in an open-air cell. It was very cold, and the rain in the night had ruined Clemens' condition. In that cell, Clemens was not kept for a few hours, but for 2 days. Now, 2 days later, the next morning, the jail warden came to him, and he was taken out of the cell, and he was not tortured at all. He just said that your companions are impatiently waiting for you. Now, when Clemens met his companions, they were all waiting for him with sticks and sticks. They were all very angry at Clemens because of Clemens' escape. They had been starving for the last 2 days. And Clemens now understood the warden's point that why he said that your companions are waiting for you. Now, as soon as he saw Clemens, the rest of the prisoners attacked him and beat him very badly. In this beating, Clemens was so injured that he had to be admitted to the jail hospital. The doctor in this jail was also a German prisoner. As soon as Clemens came to his senses, he told the doctor that I want to escape from the jail again, and I need your help. He was surprised to see the bravery of Dr. Clemens, that he was not ready to give up even after going through so much. The doctor explained to him that it is impossible to escape from this jail alive, and even if you run away from here, you will die in the cold outside. But the fact is that even if you do not run away from here, your death is certain because the coal mines where you work have a lot of carbon that goes through the air into your body, and it causes dangerous diseases like cancer. That's why the doctor told Clemens that you should definitely try to escape from this jail for the last time. After that, the doctor took out all his warm clothes, shoes, and all the necessary things and gave them to Clemens, and also told him that Russian soldiers hide their food near the railway lines. With this, he also gave Clemens a gun so that he can protect himself. Actually, the doctor had already collected all these things because he himself wanted to run away from this jail. But a week ago, he found out that he is a cancer patient and he does not have more than a month. Now, he gave Clemens a lunchbox and said that if you survive, I'm going to send this lunchbox to my family and say that I am no longer in this world. Here once again in the dark of the night, Clemens ran again, and this time he decided to walk instead of a cart. He kept walking all night and kept walking in the morning because he was afraid that the Russian soldiers would catch him. Now, when the warden found out that Clemens had escaped from the jail in the morning, he went straight to the doctor to interrogate him. But before he reached, the doctor had taken his life because he knew that after hearing the news of Clemens' escape, the warden would beat me very badly. After that, the warden sent many Russian soldiers in search of Clemens and ordered them to catch him alive and bring him back. But after many days of search, he could not find Clemens. The good fortune of Clemens was that his footprints were disappearing, making it difficult to find Clemens. Now everyone thought that Clemens would have frozen to death, but the warden was not ready to accept because the warden knew that Clemens was very strong and he would not give up so easily, so he ordered to continue the search. On the other hand, we see Clemens, who was moving forward with full enthusiasm, crossing the snowstorm. 9 days after escaping from the jail, he suddenly heard the barking of dogs, and as soon as he turned back, he saw a sledge coming towards him. Before he could run, the sledge came to him, and climbed on it and went ahead. Then Clemens opened his eyes, and he realized that he was just dreaming. Actually, Clemens was walking for the last 9 days, and now his food was also over. Due to hunger and fatigue, it was difficult for him to move forward. But despite this, Clemens did not give up and kept walking. After a few days, his body also gave up, and he fainted from hunger. Now, a few hours later, when he regained consciousness, he heard a strange voice around him. Then he saw a seal, and as soon as he saw it, his eyes lit up. He immediately pulled out his gun and tried to aim with all his strength. But due to fatigue and weakness, his aim was wrong, and the seal started running away from there. Clemens, who had a small hope could not let this hope go. Clemens immediately ran after him, but while running, Clemens falls into the water due to the breaking of the ice, which injures his feet. But despite being injured, he started following the seal. As soon as Clemens was about to shoot, the seal hid behind a rock. Clemens goes further and sees the seal again. Before he went into the water, Clemens fired his last shot, and luckily he was shot. Seeing this, Clemens happily got up because now during the journey, he did not have to worry about food. After a few days, Clemens ate well and continued his journey now in such a long journey. Clemens was completely alone, and there was nothing but ice all around him. In this environment, his mental condition could have been bad. So he would talk to himself and motivate himself to move forward with this. He always looks his way through the campus so that he does not get lost in this snowy valley. Similarly, days passed and then months. Continuously after 2 months, Clemens saw a small tree in this snowy field. Seeing this tree, Clemens was so happy that as if he had found a treasure, and he runs and hugs that tree. Actually, this tree was a sign that Clemens has now crossed this snowy field and the forest is about to begin. After walking a little further, it happened exactly as he had thought. Now the forest was about to begin and the snowy area was ending. He was very happy in the forest. He collects wood and lights a fire, and after many months, he sleeps peacefully for the first time. But no one knows if the next day was peaceful for him or not. On the other hand, we see the warden who was still looking for Clemens, and he ordered his search party to search for Clemens within a radius of 500 kilometers. While Clemens was moving forward through a forest, suddenly a snowstorm came there. This storm was so fast that even the big trees started falling from the ground. As soon as Clemens tries to move forward, a big tree falls directly on him. Clemens was lucky that 2 people passed through here in the evening. Those who were looking for gold saw Clemens and saved his life. After that, the 3 of them moved forward together, and after many days of travel, they came out of the snowy field. On the way, they found a river which they made a wooden boat to cross. While crossing the river, they started talking to each other and telling each other childhood stories. But in the meantime, the flow of the river became fast and the boat started getting out of control. In this situation, one of his companions fell into the water and he could not swim. He started drowning. Seeing this, Clemens jumped into the water and somehow brought that man to the shore and saved his life. On the other hand, his other companion leaves them to drown and moves forward alone. His other companion was very greedy. He thought that both of them would have died, and because of his greed, he kept his friend's gold with him. After a while, when Clemens and the other man reached the tent, that man was very angry with his friend and he shot him and killed him. After that, Clemens and that man picked up the luggage and continued the journey. They both kept walking for many months in the hope that they would get some human population. But again the winter season came, and the jungles on all sides were hidden in the white sheet of snow. The luggage that the man had picked up was quite heavy, so it was difficult to walk in the snow. Seeing this, Clemens tried to lighten his burden and said that, "Give me your luggage for a while." But here the man suspected that maybe Clemens also wants to steal his gold. That's why he attacked Clemens and pushed him down, which made Clemens unconscious. After a while, Clemens came to his senses, and he saw that a herd of wolves was coming towards him. To save his life, he starts climbing a tree, but while climbing the tree, a wolf grabs his leg. But the tree was weak, and the tree broke in the middle, which made Clemens fall down. Now Clemens felt that his death was certain. Then suddenly, a gunshot sounded. Clemens opened his eyes and saw that some wolves had died, and those who were alive had run away. Actually, the hunters of the area came and saved his life. They took him to their village, where the villagers treated him. After years of hard work, Clemens had reached a human population. He was very happy to see people. He stayed in the village for many days, and people took good care of him. One day a letter came to the village, which was not of anyone else but of the warden himself. It said that a German soldier has escaped from our jail, and if someone gives him shelter, then he will be called a traitor. Now, unwillingly, Clemens had to leave this village, because if he did not go from here, the warden would also punish him. Before leaving, the villagers gave him food and a hunting dog. In this long journey, Clemens has also become a companion, so now he was not feeling lonely. They walked for many days. On the way, they saw a wood factory, and in search of dog food, they ran towards it. Now Clemens went inside the mill to save his dog. There, the workers recognized Clemens and took him to the master. There, Clemens told the master his longing for his dog. They fed him and put him in the train to Germany. Clemens was happy that he would soon reach his home. But he did not know that the owner of the mill had given his news to the warden. Now the warden was waiting for him at the station with his soldiers. But before reaching the station, Clemens saw the Russian soldiers from a distance, and as soon as he got a chance, he jumped out of the train and ran away. But unfortunately, the Russian soldiers saw him and started following him. Clemens quickly crossed the tracks, but suddenly the warden came in front of him. Seeing this, Clemens was nervous because now he felt that his years of hard work had been wasted. Now before the warden arrested him, Clemens's dog attacked the warden and bit him. And so once again, Clemens got a chance to run away, and he ran away with all his life. But then he heard the sound of bullets, and when he turned around and he saw his dog dead. Seeing this, Clemens was very sad. But despite this, he did not stop and kept moving forward with all his strength. After that, he climbed on the bridge and jumped over the train passing from below and ran away from there. And in this way he escaped again from the hands of the warden. Now such days passed, and Clemens gradually moved forward in this journey. Soon the year 1952 came, and now it had been 7 years since Clemens had escaped from jail. He was in Central Asia at that time and was wandering here and there. In that fair, he saw different things to eat and drink. He wanted to eat, but he did not have money, so he put a stone on his heart and moved forward. Then he saw 2 girls who were selling pancakes in the fair. Clemens wanted to eat this pancake, but he did not even have a pie in his poor pocket. So he was disappointed and started walking ahead. But then a girl pitied on him, and she broke a piece of pancake and gave it to Clemens. First, Clemens felt a little weird. Then he ate the pancake, thanking the girls. Now there was also a Jewish man in this fair who had seen all this. After that, Clemens went to a church, and this man also followed him to the church. Actually, this man used to be a prisoner at some time, so he did not hand over Clemens to the police and tried to help him. After that, he took Clemens to his house, where Clemens shaved after many years and returned to his old appearance. Then that man gave Clemens a new passport so that he could cross the Russian border and reach Germany. Clemens was very happy with that man. Before leaving, Clemens thanked him and left for the border between Russia and Germany. A few weeks later, Clemens reached the Russian border and showed his passport to the Russian soldier present there. Here, Clemens was afraid that the soldier would not recognize him, or his fake passport would not be caught. But fortunately, nothing happened, and the soldier allowed Clemens to cross the Russian border. Now seeing this, Clemens was so happy that he could not stop his laughter even if he wanted to. Now finally he came to the bridge, which he would cross and reach his country, Germany. But as soon as he reached halfway, a bright light fell on his eyes, and when he opened his eyes, he found the warden in front of him. Now when Clemens turned around and saw, he was still on the Russian soil, and it meant that the warden could still arrest him. Now Clemens' heart was broken because his years of hard work was now going to be buried in the soil. But then something happened that even Clemens himself did not expect. Here the warden left his way and allowed him to go ahead. Now Clemens did not believe it at first, but still he dared to go ahead. Actually, the warden was very inspired by Clemens' passion for survival and his bravery. So he did not arrest Clemens and let him go back to his country. And then the warden tells him that this fight was only between 2 soldiers, one me and one you, and you won it.